Hello, Extraction Zone fans. It's me, Gilgamesh. Long time no see. If you are watching this, then that means you've stumbled across the lost tape of the Extraction Zone. It was a episode that got recorded but never made it past the cutting room floor because of personal issues on my part. So if you'd like to have a more detailed explanation of that, a link to that will be in the description down south there, or just an annotation that I'll put somewhere here. Um, so yeah, go ahead and check that out. Sorry it took so long to get to you guys, but I'm currently talking to Jordan and Shredder about maybe rebooting things now that my life situation has gotten sorted out, and I'll keep you updated on that. So without further ado, here's the lost episode of the Extraction Zone. Hope you enjoy, and as always, like and subscribe if you want more stuff. And I'll catch you later. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Extraction Zone podcast, episode 5. Podcast all about Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. I'm Gilgamesh V9, also known as Jonah. Who have I have with me today?
You have the Republican Shredder over here.
I'm John, Great Fail.
I'm Jordan, Violated Muffins.
And joining us on this fine afternoon or evening or wherever you're listening to this is...
Brandon.
Hey!
Autobot 90.
Yay.
Yes. Yes, that is a Transformers reference. Yes, the 90 is my birth year. Yes, I am 24. And yes, I'm a sexy human being who
All
helped
right.
these people with
How about we
things.
roll out on this podcast?
Oh, that was actually... That wasn't that bad, actually. I'll give you that one.
More puns, please.
No, I can't think of any.
Okay.
As much as I want to.
Well, let's start off, as always, with talking about our challenge, which, because Mr. Autobot 90 is an Xbox user, we were able to play with him. But, Shredder, why don't you go first?
I'd actually rather you go first because I don't want to have my rage spilled everywhere.
Alright, fair enough. If you don't remember, our challenge was to use the Shuriken on a weapons-based class on Gold. And so we did that, and it sucked.
Autobot was is a pretty cool guy. He's played with us for a couple of matches and challenges as well. So he's a pretty good sport.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
We're glad that he came with us on this really bad challenge.
Yeah, it was rough.
Hearts and X's and O's all over the place.
It was so much fun.
Okay, so what was the challenge and where were we?
Oh, we were on Condor against Collectors.
Sure you can.
The most amazing combination.
On collect. Oh my god.
It was awful. But we did it. We extracted. We're manly men.
One of us extracted.
That is true.
And it was you,
Well, I mean,
so...
we didn't like get through with the objective and then wipe or anything. But yeah. What did we learn, guys? We learned that the Shuriken is bad and murder is wrong, as Kodak said.
Yeah. We learned
You
that
learned that
Condor
controllers are a
and
dime a dozen and that
collectors
you
don't
shouldn't throw them at the wall.
Yeah.
That's what I learned, at least. I mean, I don't know about you guys.
I think with having to use such a shitty gun, it actually helped with my spawn budget stuff a little bit. Like, I kind of vaguely understand the concept, and having such a shitty gun, I actually wanted all my damage to count. So, I was focusing on that most of the time.
Okay, Jordan, what was your build?
I used the Turian Infiltrator, I think is what it's called. It worked alright. I mean, the staggering people was kinda good. I was able to drop shields, which was nice because it would have taken forever with the Shuriken. As far as it goes, I guess, yeah, couldn't really think of much better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you were a Turian ghost, so automatically you survive all the time.
I could have been the Geth Infiltrator, but
Noted.
didn't feel like it.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's not
Right.
humble or anything.
Yeah.
I used the Destroyer with the idea being that grenades would be able to make up for lack of damage output, but we were on Condor, so grenades were non-existent, and I was playing with a Turing
My
Ghost.
bad.
Yeah, and so I think, yeah. So that was not as great as it could have been.
I think if I had to say anything that I learned, it's that focus firing is good. That if you have 3 or 4 people all shooting something, even if it's the shuriken, it'll still go down reasonably quick.
Yeah.
I think I was the what am I saying? I think I was the human vanilla soldier. And let me just say, guys, concussive shot, it's the most amazing thing ever. It just stuns, and that's it. It's amazing.
It's the concussive shot.
I don't think I could ever live without it. Just stunning and incapacitating, making me miss my shuriken shots. It's such a delight. I loved it.
Cool. And I was the human male infiltrator to get the damage boost with tactical cloak and having cryo blast for debuffing. To try to get as much shots in as possible, but with that stupid gun, you can't really do that. So it didn't work out very well. And then grenades, of course, didn't do great. The sticky grenades are not my favorite. I'm not used to using them. So every time I'd throw them, they'd hit the ground in front of them or hit them directly because I'm used to something that bounces. I'm used to physics, and that didn't really work out for me.
Like plastic
You're used to them, though. They're great.
Yeah,
they hit like a truck.
They do a lot of damage against armor.
Putting incendiary rounds on my gun helps with the grenades, because having a fire explosion to go back to, or with cryoblast and a grenade getting the cryo explosion, which isn't that often, it still worked better than it could have.
Yeah, I was trying to look for you during it so I could pop that stuff for you. But every now and then, things got a little hairy.
Yeah, we would get scattered pretty frequently.
Yeah.
So, hardest enemy, arguably hardest map. We still did it.
With Spitwads.
Yeah. Alright, Shredder, how about you? How did your adventure go?
You guys were a coordinated team, you had that. I was playing in a pug, because that's normally how I do it. So I was on Reactor, and I was using a regular human soldier, kind of thinking the same idea. It's like, you know what, concussive shot, great power, grenades, great, adrenaline rush, hopefully I'll make up for the poor damage. No, it does not. The gun still has it. In Mass Effect 2, the shuriken was tolerable because there's no firing delay in between each 3-round burst.
Well, depending on how you played it, because like there was bursts, but like if you just kept on pressing the trigger, then it'll go just no auto fire.
Yeah,
I'm saying there was no firing delay in between the bursts. You know, kind of like shooting the Predator. There isn't really a... That was the fun thing about Mass Effect 2. There was... Few guns had any minimum... Like the Mavic was overpowered. Anyways, Mass Effect 3 decided to introduce 6-round burst, but there was a fairly noticeable firing delay. And oh my goodness, that frustrated me. Cerberus, regular reactor, no hazard, unfortunately. As soon as I I was in lobby, loaded in the game, someone commented, "Shredder, you have a really interesting loadout over there." In which I responded, if it was, we spent something about, like, wait, something about a podcast? Like, yeah, if it wasn't for that, I would not be choosing this loadout either. And I got last place behind the pug using a disciple. And sorry. That gun is so terrible. It's so frustrating that you can unload whole bursts into enemies' heads and they're still living. It's like,
right?
It's like, sup? Didn't kill me. Although it felt great to kill an Atlas every now and then with armor piercing.
Yeah.
But it was frustrating not being able to deal with damage. And I will not be attempting anything dumb like that again. No, charges of Vanguards are at least a little bit more tolerable because you have guns with it. It's kind of same stupid. I swear I put in the ranting thread that if I can delete the Shuriken from the entire Mass Effect series, I would. That's how mad that gun makes me.
You're gonna have to blame our challenger for that.
Yeah, that's Kojak's fault. Did you play with Kojak in that game?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I played with complete pugs.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to Kojak.
Shout out to Kojak, our great CSS lord and hideous Shuriken lover.
Yeah, challenge. Can we agree that that's the worst challenge we've had to do so far?
Congratulations, Kojak. Worst challenge ever. Amazing.
Yeah, this is not good.
Wear it with distinction.
Yeah.
I think that's all I have to say about it. It was just extremely frustrating.
Yeah, I was joking, like, now the bar's been set. Like, now the challenges can only get harder, right? Because I certainly hope not.
How about more fun?
What about have some?
Next challenge is all
No.
Volts using the Shuriken.
Oh God!
Don't do that.
Don't even
Not be used
say
to
that. No. Okay.
Anyways, on to our topic.
Yes. Topic this week is the vanilla maps, not the hazard variants, just the vanilla ones. Why don't we get started? Why don't we say what's your favorite map, everybody, and we can go from there.
Well, first, let's list them. How about we list the 6?
Oh yes, in case you are.
I should.
Dagger, Ghost, Giant, Glacier, Reactor, and White.
There you go. Hey.
Woo! Let's start with White, since that's where our picture is.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my
point.
god.
Farming, man, farming. I think that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Well, until they added that hallway.
Right.
But we're talking before hallway, correct? Or are we including that
Now we can
stuff?
include that.
At the moment.
How about the journey? Let's talk about the
Yeah,
journey
so-
from the great map that it used to be.
Yeah.
It's still a good map.
I like it with the hallway, actually.
Yeah.
It's a
I
lot
do.
more fluid.
Yeah,
It feels
I
like
liked
you
it
could
with
actually run
doorway
around
glitch.
inside and live a little easier.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm with you there.
Actually, 2 back hallways, but
I
I
Yeah.
do like the hallway, but I miss the doorway glitch.
Yeah. Oh,
Ah.
extraction time. What? Okay, I'll just stand up.
Oh wait, they
Uh,
patched
I
that?
knew what the doorway glitch was.
It was where at the bottom, you know that very last entryway or whatever, like from the bottom to where the ammo pack is.
Do
It's
kind of.
over by like the scaffolding area. It's the one that goes that
Oh
way.
yeah,
It's right by where you camped, pretty much.
Yes.
That main entryway.
that
If
scaffold.
you stood on that and got downed while standing in that doorway, you would launch up to the extraction point and not have to burn any med gels or anything.
Yeah.
Mm.
Remember that was where
Easy way to extract.
our Geth infiltrator would stand when we were farming. Was on there. So then if they died, they got back for free.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I didn't know they patched that, but yeah, I guess they did.
It's gone now, yeah.
That's unfortunate.
R.I.P. and pepperonis.
Yep. Yeah, I really like White. I think it's good. It has a nice variation of long sight lines and some close quarters, so you can really play whatever you want, class-wise and range-wise and stuff. I think it's good.
It's also got a good amount of ammo. It's not. I mean, the only map it's overloaded is Rio, which was Command Wazoo, and it's not starving like Dagger.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite map to snipe on, because you could stand on that upper part right above the ladder, and then you get to see most of the spawns coming at you. Or then you can look down stair hallway
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
see good line of sights both ways.
It's my favorite map to get grabs on.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely the easiest.
You get a lot.
I think
I'm
it's
not-
my favorite map for my favorite character, the Death Juggernaut, because I could just stand at the top right there and just kind of do 360s, killing everything in sight. Because like, if you look down a hallway and there's a big enemy and a bunch of mooks behind them, odds are you're not going to be able to kill them. But on this map, because there's so many entry points to that area, and being as big and buff as that character is, you just turn around, kill all the small people first, and then focus big guys if you have to. So that's a good thing about that map.
Mm-hmm. Was it you? Were you the Jordan's friend that played the offensive Juggernaut? I'm trying to remember. Or was that a different?
I play him no Hex Shield because I hate that ability. Some people love it, I understand, but as a team character, because I don't really play him as a damage character, you want to like focus the small guys because you'll kill them easily. Not use Hex Shield, keep shooting out siege pulses, and with Geth Shotgun, it's my favorite character. I play him offensive, defensive, really well, and I guess I want to see someone do better than me.
Yeah.
Challenge someone beat that build, but I won't share that build because I'm selfish.
It's your little secret.
Well, I gave it to Jordan and he sucks at it, but he's good.
Hey.
He's badass at everything else.
What?
All All right.
Shots fired.
I give myself a 4 out of 10. All right. I'm not.
You hurt his feelings. Why would you do
Okay,
that,
I'm
Otto?
sorry. I'm sorry. I
Well, it's interesting
when
that
I
you.
have to. I want to be mean to people.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that we mentioned the standing at the top being good because I remember that was good on like bronze and silver, but then once I tried that on gold, I found that they were coming at you from too many directions to control. But now because I've gotten better like through that, I can start doing it again. But if I had to pick, I'd say the basement is the best place to hold out. But I don't know.
I like it
Just me.
because you have so many different options to run away from. Most of the time they aren't blocking all entrances, and with the addition of that back alleyway in the top part of the map,
Mhm.
that whole little section, you could pretty much always have a escape route if you need it.
Yeah.
That's why I like to solo on this map because all the escape routes that you mentioned. But also the grenades because, in case you haven't known, I'm a little grenade whore.
What?
And there's always ammo. There's always grenades. Like there's money in the banana stand.
Mhm.
It's in the ammo box. Like, oh, too many geth. Run around, hit the ammo box, more grenades.
Yeah. Speaking of soloing, if I had to pick a solo map, I'd say Giant. For the same reason. I feel like that has a lot of kiting options, and I think that's also why it's my favorite map, if I had to pick one.
If we're gonna change maps, I want to say one more thing about White.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good segue and all. Much applause to you.
Oh, why, thank you.
But my favorite characters mostly being teleporting classes. Firebase White has so many amazing teleporting spots. You can go from bottom of the stairs to the top of the stairs. You can
Oh
go
yeah,
through the
you showed
walls
me
from
all those.
inside to outside. You can go
Yeah.
through the walls in the middle. You could just seriously so many amazing teleports on that map since it's all so close and there are walls everywhere, and none of them are really too thick. I think the middle wall, the one right by where you farm, I think that's too thick to go through, but that is literally the only wall on that map that you can't teleport through.
It disturbs
Since
me
we're
how
talking
much you know
about
this.
yeah, since we're talking about teleporting, Jordan is way better at that than I am, so he's got that on me. So yeah, he would be a better Nightcrawler than I could be.
Yeah.
I'd be the one that gets stuck in the other dimension where all the monsters are following me. If you don't know that reference, then yeah.
Yeah, he was in X-Men too. I don't know. People probably know what that is.
They talk about the dimension.
What's an X-Men?
Oh, dear.
Oh.
No, I'm not that young, guys.
Totally off topic, but it really upset me. I saw that they were making a movie called Nightcrawler, and it's not about the X-Men, and it made me really mad.
Oh, I know, right?
Wow.
Anyways,
yeah.
back to Firebase Giant.
So
Well,
now we're going
actually-
to Giant.
Now you mentioned teleport spots. That actually reminded me. I did map guides for all 6 of the vanilla maps way back when, before they changed them, and that was I do remember that. Thank you for bringing that up. That White had some really awesome teleport spots.
Those always only made it better.
Yep. Yeah. But anyway, yeah,
Someone-
Giant.
Team
Giant.
Something related. Why don't you help with some of our map guides on the college wiki? 'Cause I think we're still missing.
Oh, I can
Something.
make those. Yeah, hell yeah, I can do that. But
Okay.
sure.
But first, let's talk about Firebase Giant. Located
Yes.
on Tuchanka, this is a Cerberus attack area in which you have to go save.
Are you reading the
Yeah, this
the
is
wiki?
so descriptive. Where are you getting all this information, Autobot?
I just
Man.
beat the story like on Friday, so I had to play all this stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
probably should
and
mention
I'm on
my
the wiki.
story.
That was actually that's interesting to hear about that map because I think Firebase Giant was for the map for the challenge where you get Zaid's title thing or whatever.
Mhm.
God rest Robin
Guys.
Sachs, by the way. What was it? I soloed as a Krogan soldier, and I was surprised at how useful fortification was, and how many escape routes there was on Firebase Giant. So I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
my go-to.
It opened up
soloing
a
map.
lot of those things.
it's really good. I think
Wait,
that's
where the-
also good because you have that sort of diverse play, or like the variation in playstyle. Like if you want to sit up in the lab and snipe, you can do that. If you want to be down at the bottom and go close quarters, you can do that. I think that variation is something that I really enjoy as well. So Giant favorite map.
Not enough grenades though. The ammo boxes are spread way far apart from each other.
Yeah, that's true now that I think about
It's
it.
very
That
important.
is true.
So there's one in
Yeah.
the... Yeah. That
That's
map
why I
also
don't
taught
like
me
solo
spawn
mode.
control. Because if you don't have somebody in the bottom of the labs blocking and you're all at the top, you're going to have a bad time.
I did learn
wouldn't
a.
like that. I wouldn't like that map to solo, but I have a horror story from my first attempt at soloing. Got to wave 10, got a devices objective at the landing zone, and a Banshee flipping teleported from the Great Girdle area through the wall right next to me, picked me up as soon as my device was done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot on that map.
35
I
minutes down the
realized.
drain.
Yeah.
So, Giant's a great map. Horror stories and Banshee teleports, though, make me not want to solo it.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
in my attempts to work on my soloing ability, I did learn that you could farm grabs really easy on that map. If you stand in the lower level of the, the lab or whatever you want to call it. You know that little wall that you have to jump over to get over there? Right by the
Oh.
ladders?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Husks always run up to that and jump it, and then to like stop to start the jumping animation, you could just grab them and get like 4 grabs away really easily.
That's actually a really good idea.
It's
Yeah.
just a little heads up for that challenge or whatever.
Kind of want to farm.
I
Now
have
I
an
wanna
awesome segue to Dagger, unless anyone else wants to say anything.
Glitches maybe.
Is there really a glitch on what? I mean, Giant?
On Giant.
I don't think there is.
Well, there's one that we've been noticing is like the big enemies, like the Praetorians or the Atlases, Atli. Anyway, they go up the ramp. They go up the ramp on the. I don't even know what side that is.
I think it's
but-
labs or lookout or
Yeah,
Lab
something.
side
and then they
or
go
spawn side?
into the lab and out and go up the wall and be on top of everything.
Are you
Oh.
sure you're talking about
Or they're
Giant
floating.
and not Hydra?
Yeah, no,
Giant.
it happens
I've seen
on
that
Giant.
happen on Giant, yeah.
Especially
I've never seen
Praetorians right on top of the lookout.
Huh.
Happens quite frequently.
That's
I've
the
never
worst.
seen it. On that map.
I don't know. Some weird things happened with that map before, where, say you play a Vanguard, and if you weren't host, of course that happens. Where you play Vanguard, you get glitched out, you're in the sky or you're underground for the entire rest of the game unless you leave.
Mm-hmm.
And so that map, I always think of that, just getting glitched out and flying miles up into the air and then going all the way down and going underground.
Yeah, that was always kind of fun, but then after like the novelty wore off, you're like, okay, this sucks.
Yeah, right.
Play Vanguard ever.
Yeah, at least they fixed that mostly. But I've heard that it still happens
Hasn't
again.
happened to me in
Yeah.
Poor
a
Vanguard.
long time.
Yeah.
Poor Vanguards. I have so many feelings for them. Look, you can't see it, but look at all these non-existent tears I have for them.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like hatred, despair.
I only hate them when they keep.
This is a
charging
podcast. Nobody can see our reactions.
That is true. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about Giant?
I love it.
The cannon firing are really nice, and the
Tachanka
storm mission system is pretty cool.
Yeah.
is a really cool planet.
Yeah, the husk farming thing reminded me. My husk farming place of choice is on Dagger. If you go, like, I think you know what I'm talking about, Shredder.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, where you go all the way, like, if you're spawning and the circle room is on your right, you go all the way down to that corner. There's there's two little outcroppings of cover by the ammo box, and the husks will always run at you. And if you do them on, like, silver, and with like a Krogan, something like that, even the grenades can't kill you in one shot, so you can just sit there and grab everything until you're done. But yeah,
That's how I
You
did
can't
mine.
grab them as a program. Just saying.
I did mine on, yeah, I discovered that after I'd already got the grab kills medals, so. But yeah, I like Dagger, but I wish there was better spots than just the circle room. Like, that's clearly the best spot to go. So, it's, I don't know. Like, if there was another spot that was better.
Middle needs more cover.
You
of some
don't
sort.
admit to the donut suprimacy?
No, it is superior. I just think that it shouldn't be, like, the clear best place to go.
I really like it for sniping.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's It's great.
Just because of
So-
that one spot.
All the sight lines are really long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's the one spot playing. Well, but you'd have to play a character to where you could easily move around and at least kill him in one or two shots. And so that's where like the Valiant works really well, or the Widow works really well.
Yeah.
That map's
But-
actually probably one of my least favorite, just for the fact that if you get a mission in the middle of the map, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if you have
that's-
a escort or something and he runs through the middle, it's just like, oh, good, time to die over and over again. Oh yeah.
You just gotta hope that they're stuck over in like the one, like over by, like past the comms tower by the one extraction zone.
Yeah.
That's actually, is there another map that has 2 extraction zones? I think Dagger's the only one.
I want to say Vancouver has one in the upper area.
Mm.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Lower area respawn and the upper area.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Uncovered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I kind of wish they did that with more maps, but
Yeah, me too. I
Well, they
kind of
could've
enjoyed
really
not knowing
easily-
which extraction zone.
more randomness helps it get not as repetitive. But yeah. What else to say about it?
I was playing a game with some friends and we were doing Potato Power, which is where we all play Volises. And
Potato.
I was playing the Volus Dick Puncher. And so I was doing my thing, and then I got down.
That's Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff, Dick Puncher, they're both that. So I was playing Jigglypuff, and I got down. And when the next round started, for some reason when I got back up, I was not on the map, I was on the ground below it. On the map that way, and just kind of watched the whole fight happen above me. Until I finally found a spot where I fell through the map. But that's never happened to me before, or since, and I thought that was really cool.
Actually, yeah, that
Yeah.
happened to me once. That was not fun.
I'm just kind of hanging out, watching everybody else fight and die, and I'm just chilling.
Where did you teleport back?
Oh, I forget. I think it was just right where I went down, but I
Oh.
could be wrong.
Okay. Last things to say about Dagger is that it is located on Ontaron as a communications hub for
Oh my God.
the Alliance.
There you go.
Oh, and I think I
looks
brought it up,
exactly like Australia.
but there's a
Or
Death Star.
certain parts of the American Southwest.
There is the Death Star.
I
yes.
think I brought it up on an earlier podcast, but yeah, the Death Star's on that map. If you look at the moon.
I still
Seriously, it looks like
still
the Death
haven't
Star.
looked for that. I take your word for it, but I still haven't seen it.
Go to the extraction zone at the top of the stairs and look like just straight out. Where the,
Oh,
where
like-
the hallway goes, like straight out and up.
Sorry.
And it's right there, right in front of your face.
Looks
Okay,
exactly
yeah,
like it. I wonder if they did it on purpose. I don't see.
that would be a cool thing if they ended that. I also don't like how the enemies get stuck underneath the circle room because the AI isn't as great as it could be. I don't know. It's like they get stuck down there, and it's annoying.
I feel so badass shooting like the last enemy that's down there through the floor.
Oh
Right above-
yeah, with like a javelin or
You know,
something.
poo. Yeah. Everybody else is running around, and I just line up my shot and headshot him with a sniper through the floor or something like that. Feel really cool.
There you go.
Pretty much-
Oh,
I think
also-
my favorite
Sorry.
maps for like looks is Firebase Ghost because of like at like the vanilla and the hazard map is just like so pretty to look at.
Oh.
I'll respect.
Not very conventional for like stuff.
I think just the grungy, like brown everywhere is too Call of Duty for me to enjoy the look of it.
Well, you can admit like the hazard map is kind of cool. No.
Hazard map is pretty, yeah. Especially when you get
Yeah.
rage mode going and you're on LSD all of a sudden.
It really reminds me of like Coruscant from Star Wars.
Yeah,
I always get that
actually,
feeling when I'm playing there.
That's a good, yeah, that's a good parallel there.
It
Actually,
reminds me of Shadowrun actually.
yeah,
the-
that's
the
true.
map.
Which map? What?
Firebase Ghost.
I know
map.
which map in Shadowrun.
I don't know. Well,
I think
just the
just
look.
Shadowrun
feel.
in general, just the cyberpunk feel to it. I think, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It reminds me of a space ghetto. I
Space
call
Ghetto.
it fire. I'm pretty sure
Basically
everyone
what
has
it
names
is.
for their maps. I call it Firebase Space Ghetto.
I actually don't have names for my maps now that I think about it. I don't know.
I have nicknames for all the maps. For example, Satellite or Firebase White. I can't see things. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I have nicknames for enemies, but not maps. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I like Ghost. I think that's also really good for teleport spots because the walls are all so thin, and it's really good for wallbang spots as well, or shooting through walls because they're all so thin. And there's lots and lots of shot spots. Actually, that's another thing I did on those guides was like cool little lines of sight, and there's a lot of those. Yeah, I really like it. And it's big enough that you can kite stuff. It's the unsung hero of all these maps. Like, no one talks about it, but it's really awesome.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
but
they
the
balanced it
ladders,
really
though.
well because I don't have one place that I particularly like to camp at on that map more than any other place.
You
Shredder
don't
was out
like
of
the
gas.
coffee room?
Which
the
one is
co-
that?
You start
Coffee room.
You start the spawn zone. You turn 90 degrees to the right. Keep going to the end. You'll notice in that room with 2 open doors.
Yeah, I get
You see
pincered
one?
in there all the time.
Yeah, it's the coffee room. It's the greatest place to camp, especially during an extraction wave. Because then, like 15
Yeah,
seconds
that's
left, you just charge straight to the extraction zone.
I feel like I always get flanked, and then I'm trying to fight 2 fronts, and then I don't have anywhere to go, and then I just kind of
Yeah.
get run over.
I like
You
to
just have
hold
terrible
out.
teammates.
I like to hold out in the rape showers. I feel like that's an okay place to hold out. Although,
Is that okay to say on the podcast? I don't think.
yeah, sure, we're not glorifying it, but yeah, that's what we call it.
It's a terrible name.
It's a fact of life. We aren't glorifying it.
Okay, you know what? Let's. I'm gonna get past that. Anyway.
I didn't call it the Sandusky room. All right, we're done now. That's a little bit.
Don't
too
drop
far.
the soap.
Yep.
Oh God, please no. Anyways, the middle building is the best place to handle on 2 fronts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cover, so that I don't really faint that often. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it is for me.
Probably my favorite things are the ammo box placements. They're pretty well placed, other than the one at like the bottom. And then I love the fact that most of the enemies come from upward, to where you have a few moments to say shoot them while they can't even really hit you or shoot back, because they're dropping down from the upper crates or houses or whatever those things are called.
I love it when I send my collector drone, or not collector. I mean, just my engineer drone on the crates that you're talking about, and just seeing them like, oh God, what do we do?
Oh.
It's a nice map for those things or those crates, being there on this planet Benning.
Is it on Benning?
Ben Colony.
Okay.
I like how you're subtly pushing the store behind each planet in.
Yeah.
And by subtly, I mean with like a jackhammer.
Yeah. Just in case you're extracting refugees, you can put the drone in the boxes. Just right there.
There's also the nostalgia factor on that map from the demo or whatever, where you got like that one map to play on.
Oh man.
2, you got to play on white.
There
also,
was okay. I forgot how many it was.
White
For some
Super
reason, this one
Nostalgia,
stands
love
out in my mind as being the first map I spammed over and over and over.
Yeah. Also, worst extraction ever. The fact that they have the high ground and there's no cover, or there's a few bits and bobs of cover, but they're not big enough for Krogan or anything.
Is there
did
another
that
place
L.
on that map to extract that's good? Because I don't
I
really.
like the coffee room, and then you spend like 15 seconds getting to the extraction zone.
Yeah, that's
How will they get you out though? I don't.
that's the other thing. Like,
No,
yeah,
he's asking for like a place to put an extraction zone, like if they were to add a second one.
Ooh, that's a good question. I want to say back pods. If you look at the map, do you see where the other shuttles are?
Yeah.
Kind of the back pod. I'd
that
probably
would
put
be
it there.
okay.
Oh yeah, that's.
I would say back street, but then I remember that there's streets over there. Or like there's like the prefab buildings, or like there's an overhang, so you wouldn't be able to go there. Although, but then you could be the Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet's back. All right.
All right.
That was my favorite moment of this.
Oh God, we're gonna get sued for copyright. Oh no.
It wasn't long enough. We're good.
This podcast brought to you by the Backstreet Boys.
Sponsored by Stater Brothers.
There you go.
Pure water.
If you
I
missed
think
the
that's what I'm
'90s and all of its glory, the Backstreet Boys. If you want them today in this age, the Backstreet Boys.
Moving on to another map.
Yes. Let's
There you
go
go.
off.
No offense, I don't know. We can't get off topic too long.
Hey.
Let's talk about Glacier.
Oh, good old Glacier.
Good old Glacier, yeah.
Everyone's
Amazing
favorite
segue.
speedrunning map.
Well, yeah.
Man, I love that
fucking
video
hate
where
this
they just
map.
finish it in 7 minutes. Like, that was amazing.
I do not like Banshees on this map at all.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Why?
Teleport
Terrible.
grabbing.
Because they go,
For some
there's,
reason,
bad on
it's
this map.
this map.
My
they can
opinion.
cover the entire distance of the map in like 3 jumps. Maybe 4.
Yeah.
That's
And most
bad.
of the time you're walking backward. Most of the times you're walking backwards while they're coming after you, and you get stuck on those stupid crates.
It is true.
There's too many obstacles on that map.
Although being able to go from one half of the map to the other in a jump is really nice. There's also some good shot spots on there, but there's actually some great jump spots before they blocked off the Room of Shame.
Yeah, that limited it a lot. That made a big block that you can't go through. But yeah, it is fun racing people and just going through the window. Haha.
Yeah.
I actually hate the outside. The outside is the worst.
Yeah, unless you're up at the top of the ramps, I think it's not a great place to be. Because they can hide in the boxes and stuff. There's just like another thing about it, I do get downed a lot over there. I don't know. I like it. I think it's a good map. I just don't do as great on it as say Giant or White or something. So
It's pretty big. It's so big, you guys.
yep.
Clearly, it's big. It's so big that when I have a bad team and we get devices, I want to literally shoot knives in my eyes.
It's easy
Well,
to
you
get
can't really
lost.
shoot knives, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's frustrating when you have a bad team that can't deal enough damage and you're trying to get and the enemy's barreling down you like a flood of water.
Yeah.
I feel like I should specify it's a flood of water
Right.
because it seeps in everywhere, and as soon as there's a crack, it kind of falls apart.
There's a lot of dead ends too, and I don't really like that. Like if you're like get cornered.
There's only one real
like
dead
where?
end. Oh, 2.
There's Red Room, and then there's like that little alcove.
yeah.
But other than that, I don't really think.
Well, 3. Now that I
Oh
just-
yeah,
3.
that's true. Yeah, there's the one down by. I don't even know the call out for that part, but yeah.
upper basement apparently.
Yeah, I guess. I know that's what it is, but whatever.
Lower basement, upper basement, hub, science lab, or balcony.
Yeah. I have different rooms. I called the farming or the Room of Shame screens for the longest time. I thought that was a good name for it. Well, there's computer
Are we
screens
talking about
there.
the right room of shame here?
Yeah.
Are we talking about the one that was blocked off, or the new room of shame?
No, the one that was blocked. I call that screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
And the other
partially
change
responsible.
that they made that I don't like is that they moved the ammo box so it's not a triangle anymore. They're just all on the one side. So there's none down in the bottom, which is kind of a problem. Because it used to be like right by the counter there, and that was a nice placement. But now
Have
it's
you
on
ever-
the ramp.
Have any of you farmed on this map before?
Nope, I never did.
No.
Well,
Okay.
there's a reason why the ammo box got moved. So I feel partially responsible because I farmed on both the room of shame and at the basement. With the room of shame, I played a demolisher and I basically gave ammo to everyone. And it's really easy because there's literally only one entrance you have to worry about. You can focus all your fire on there. Plus, you can have someone do a sight line down to the upper basement and someone do a sight line out to the main lab. So you weren't really overwhelmed, and there's no close spawn point. The alternative idea is this camp in the basement, which is awesome because you're there. You didn't even need a demolisher. And you really had 2 sight lines, the 2 ramps. So, yeah, the ammo box got moved because people like me abused it when I was farming for credits.
See, I almost
It's
think
not- I don't
that's
think so,
that's
no.
not as like a huge example or like a huge problem of farming. Like Room of Shame probably should have gotten fixed, and I think that what they did is okay. Firebase White, I think what they did there is okay as well. But I didn't think that the bottom was such a bad place to go. Like I didn't think that was imbalanced or over centralizing or anything.
Yeah, maybe because you haven't played it, farmed it enough.
Yeah, I guess.
I've spent more shameful hours farming on Glacier than I think I did on White.
Yeah.
It's because Glacier had a
Wow.
much quicker objective route.
I don't know.
It's just too small for my taste. Too cluttered.
Yeah.
It's interesting
too-
considering what character
Yeah.
you play all the time.
Yeah, that character is good for everything, but for this map, it's just I feel like I miss a lot of shots on this map, on this Cerberus lab on Sanctum.
Thanks, Autobot.
There you go.
Good information, buddy.
But it's still fun. It's still fun to play my character on this map, mainly because I am able to get around the map just a little bit faster without feeling like, oh, there goes the rest of my team headed for the extraction zone, and I'm miles away with 3 seconds to go,
Yeah.
which has happened too many times.
Actually,
Count,
yeah.
but
Now that I think about it, sorry, taking a step back, on Giant, how do you get around that one thing that you have to jump over?
the
The thing that I was talking about that you could grab farm with.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to totally
You have to go
route
around.
entirely around it.
Yep.
Yes,
Sure.
you do. It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So because you know that, you kind of just don't go that direction ever.
Like, it's not an important place to go. Like, it's not
Like,
really.
yeah.
Plus, there's ladders on each side. If you really somehow got your way down there.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
And no, never mind. The ladders are on opposite sides, so you could either go up or down. Okay. Yeah.
Not thinking about white, like the layout, it is kind of it's like a circle enough, and then there's like the middle route. That's not bad for hiding
Now.
stuff. Well, yeah, now. I mean, it's
Are we sure talking about Glacier or White? Because
Or
we're
Glacier,
just
yeah,
jumping all over
sorry.
the place.
yeah, sorry.
I just can't let go of white, can you?
White's good, man. I like white.
That's racist, bro.
I was waiting. I was like,
That's what I'm
someone's
saying.
gonna do it. It's not gonna be me.
Oh my
Here we are. Okay.
Back to a map that we
Back to
haven't
Glacier.
talked about.
You said Glacier's like a circle. Or something like that.
Yeah, it kind of is. You can go down through the labs, even through Red Room, down to through like the LZ, down and like the upper basement area, down to the lower basement, then back up the ramps. You make a big circle, and you can hit all the ammo boxes doing that too. It's actually a good map to farm grenade damage because you can spawn nuke on bronze with inferno grenades super easily.
Yeah, but Glacier is If it wasn't for the fact that Glacier was so tight, it's terrible on ammo.
Yeah.
Especially for grenades. Because there's only 3 boxes, and they only give 1 grenade. Each.
Don't they give 2 on the hazard? I think I did it on the hazard.
I'm hungry for more.
Yeah.
Most hazard, although the hazard variant's got its own set of bugs.
That's true.
And I'm not just referring to the literal bugs in the wall.
I didn't think about that one. That was good.
Oh.
Yeah, we're getting some.
Moment of silence,
that?
and then we're moving on to our
It's
next
like a
map.
really weird noise.
Okay.
Then that leaves the last map.
Yeah.
My favorite. Reactor.
Reactor. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love
Not
this.
the
Reactor.
Reactor's got the same ammo problem. It only gives 1 grenade. And it likes to not spawn ammo from time to time.
Yeah.
But it's pretty. And I'm just going to preamp Autobot. It's on Scion, which is apparently, if I remember correctly, it's an Asari fuel depot.
Turian.
Booty.
Are you sure it's
Shredder was
Turian?
wrong.
I could have sworn it was in Asari space or something.
It's Tyrion.
It's Turian.
I think
think it is-
you might get
Or-
it at like the same time as you get Thessia. I think
It was
that might-
taken
Isn't
over
the-
by the
I'm
Tyrians.
sure. Isn't
I'm
it
seeing
connected there?
under protection of several Asari matriarchs. And I'm
The
seeing
planet-
Asari.
Was assaulted more than a dozen times during the rebellion, forces eager to gain access to its vast resources and specialized factories. However, it
This has
was
been
never
Mass Effect
occupied
trivia.
by more than token forces before
Oh, okay.
Asari and Turian allies drove the Krogan out.
Okay, so it was
Uh,
all right.
Lore is very important, okay?
Sure.
Yes. Especially in the
thing-
multiplayer game.
One thing I have to say about it: how does the extraction ship get you out?
Isn't there
I
like
thought
a
it was
door?
like an elevator.
There
or
is a
something
door
like
there.
that.
And that's what I tell my friends, but I think that was like It's the only map that I can think of that's like closed in.
And I like it that way.
It is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
it's
maps
definitely
are outside
different.
instead of inside.
It doesn't feel naked and exposed. You actually feel warm, secure. Hey, we're not talking about the hazard variant where you get cooked.
Yeah.
It feels
I
like
mean,
a
you're warm and
gladiator.
secure in the radiation room too, just in a different way.
Radiation's good for you.
Yep. Think of all the
Feels very
stuff you
much
can do
like
with a third arm or more fingers.
And the hazard map is even useless because you could activate it and then troll your teammates in doing so.
That's why it's awesome, not useless.
Yeah, but it's not much of a hazard, like we discussed before.
Yeah, I think that was episode 1 that we talked about that. But yeah.
Oh my god, memories.
Memories.
You know,
Shredder,
I like
it's. I'll disagree with you. I say that I don't really like Reactor. I think it feels too cluttered to me. Like there's just so
Your
much
opinion's wrong.
stuff. Okay.
Your opinion's wrong. But I understand what you mean. That you get why the Protheans lost. We got stuck in all this cover.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
And I remember when the game first started, it's like, you got Firebase Reactor. You're screwed up. You're screwed, buddy.
yeah, before you learned all that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember.
I think I like it the most because I know my way around it, but I guess that's more personal than it. I don't know. For me, it's not. There's not much visual clutter or cover clutter to like have trouble navigating around. And plus, you could just circle enemies, shoot, and then circle again, and then go into cover if you need it. That's my strategy when I play it anyway.
I don't know. I don't like it like aesthetic wise. I guess I do like okay. Like I don't do bad, but I don't do great on it. So I don't know. It's middle of the ground for me, I'd say. But I mean, it's all right. It's not my least favorite by any long shot. Do you guys remember when everybody thought that holding out in the reactor was a good idea?
Yes.
Who said that?
I
don't
did.
ever remember hearing that
I was-
sentiment.
I did. I was like, oh, it's great because you can just see, like if they spawn over there, you just look that way, and like that was, of course, back when I didn't know
Is the
anything.
Xbox community that dumb, or
No, the
I
week
feel like I'm mad of today?
the week 1 community was that dumb. That's what it was.
Okay, that makes
So,
sense.
Now that we've
Too was
covered
an idiot. Noob.
now that we've covered all the maps, how about personal opinions on each of them? Like, which is your favorite and least favorite?
Oh yeah.
We assume no hazard variant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no hazard.
Favorite
Wait.
would be Giant. I'd say least favorite. Least favorite. I think of the launch maps, I'd say Reactor.
Of course.
It's
Say
just
like-
it's just my least favorite. Like, there's plenty of other DLC maps that I think are worse, but of the on disc ones, I'd say Reactor.
Mhm.
What about you guys?
Shredder?
My favorite is white because it's all reasonably expansive and it's pretty nice to get around. You always feel like you have an escape route. Least favorite is Outback. Dagger. Because you feel unless you're in the donut room, you're basically exposed and naked to enemy fire.
Mm,
And the ammo boxes are absolutely terrible at giving you ammo. Sometimes it doesn't even want to spawn ammo for like the next minute. It's like, cool. This gun is completely worthless.
Yeah,
Thanks. Oh, I'm dead because I didn't have any ammo to shoot the bad guy.
yeah. It's like God forbid you have the Harrier on Dagger. See.
If only we could press the button and get back all of our ammo instantly.
No, because you need to have 255.
But that
so
requires
you don't-
spending money.
So you don't get any. No, you max those out and you leave them max. You don't have to. So you don't get them in packs. And you get Medi-gel instead.
what is the max for like?
It's 250.
Holy-
I believe it's
255.
155.
255.
255.
Here's
Okay.
the value: 0 to 255.
Yeah, because it's one underneath 256, which is
2
one
to
of
the
them.
8th, I think. 7th.
No, it's
Can we do basic math? I'm a goddamn engineer. 2 to the 8th.
yeah,
256.
it's one of them cool binary numbers. Anywho,
I think my favorite would have to be Ghost because of how much you could do in it, like hold up or get into cover, a lot of places to. Never mind. I was gonna say something stupid again.
Lots of roof
And
activity.
then, and then I think my least favorite is Glacier because of how little room there is. That's just my opinion. It's hard to maneuver in there.
I hate to say it, but I'm kind of like the exact same as Shredder. I like
I
White
hate
the
to
most.
say I agree with Shredder.
Well, I don't want to be like, oh, Shredder-san,
Podcast on pause right now. How did you remotely think about Japanese culture?
because they're always like, senpai.
Oh, that's my uncle. The giant robot.
I am sweating so much right now.
You guys.
Uh,
I mean, White
And
just...
our lovely guest here. How about you?
Okay,
Yeah.
I won't explain it.
Firebase White, favorite, least favorite, Firebase Glacier.
All right.
Yeah.
We can either.
That's
What were you
Where are
saying,
those
Jordan?
located? Huh?
Oh, wait, what?
What were
Another
you
moment
saying,
of
Jordan?
silence.
Oh,
About-
I was gonna explain it, but, no, whatever.
The timing all off now.
It's
Not
okay.
funny anymore.
Ah.
All right.
Let's go on.
How it could have been.
Moment has.
I mean, is there anything else you need to talk about on the maps? We've been going for like what, 50 minutes ish.
I love Mass Effect.
Ammo
Yay,
boxes are
Mass Effect.
super important. You
Okay,
put it itself in my commentary.
Yeah.
I find ammo boxes to basically make or break on a map.
See, but that implies Rio's a good map, and it's not.
Yeah, it does imply Rio's a pretty good map. It's got those grenades in the back. So yes. It does
There's two ways an enemy could spawn: on your left and on your right. How could you argue with that? That is good. That's amazing.
Then you get
Oh my God, I
melted
don't
the
understand
second
your
they
hate.
start spawning on both.
Well, that's if you're silly and you decide to camp the middle.
Yeah. I remember when I thought that was a good
Most
idea too.
Yeah, me too.
Every single bug.
No, it's great because you can see them. Yeah, but they can see you. Like the primes, man, the primes. Yeah, you want to see if a map is good for spawn control. Play against the Geth once or twice, you'll learn.
Maybe we should talk about enemy spawns. I don't really think about it.
Oh yeah, we didn't really cover that at all.
Well,
Walking and...
how some maps have much better spawn areas than others.
That's true. Like I can't think of any glaring examples on on-disc maps. Like I know Jade has bad spawns, but on disc I can't think of anything.
Well,
Wait.
Firebase Reactor does have the bugs where sometimes the enemy gets stuck on the rafters.
I had totally forgotten about that.
That's true, yeah.
It's frustrating with, like, we got one enemy left. I'm like, where is this one enemy? And the diamond points to the top, and it's like, hack it, it's invisible.
Yep.
You can see it, and the host is like, ah! Or even if I'm the host, it's like, okay, cool, I'm not a Geth, so I can't see straight through steel. And then you shoot it, or it's even better when the visual is not where you expect it to be. So it's like, oh, it's over here, and your shots keep going through. It's like, that's not where the enemy is.
I didn't know that the model and the hitboxes wouldn't match up. I never noticed that.
Usually, they only fail to match up if you're not the host. If you're the host, they should always match up and be stuck somehow.
Okay. I guess I that explains why because like that's happened to me before. I never put two and two together.
It's funny, it doesn't happen on, at least I really can't think of any other map where it fairly consistently gets hung up. Ghost, the boxes are pretty big, so I don't think I've ever seen anyone get stuck up there. White, not really.
I think
Giant, sometimes they fail to jump up in a long time.
yeah.
Mm.
That was what I was gonna mention. Is that they have a lot of jump ups, like 4 I think spawns. They jump
Or
up.
jump up spawns.
Yeah, there's
And
the
I
one
think
where
there's one drop down spawn.
Yeah, drop down saw in the middle.
Yeah.
Usually you can see them in that one.
right,
too,
yeah. Don't they jump up onto that thing and then jump down inside the map?
I think so, yeah.
So I believe that's how it works.
Okay.
I saw a few enemies get stuck on Giant, though. Like, you know where that big tunnel is? Towards the
Yeah.
bottom of the map? They get stuck, like, right in front of it.
Yeah.
Where you could see them, but they get stuck up in the air. And they wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's
Other than,
happened to
like,
me
yell
once
at
or
you.
twice. I'm trying to think of other spawn glitch thing. Yeah, I think that's about it. No, I think about it. There's not any on Glacier. Yeah, I think that's
there's one. There's one.
There's
in
one
Glacier.
spawn up on Glacier that might bug up from the starting zone from time to time, but it's usually
Yeah.
pretty rare. They usually like to spawn
Yeah.
indoors
yeah. Well, then there's
and spawn in terrible locations, like wherever your eyes are is where they'll spawn.
Well,
They
it's such
can't
a
spawn
small-
right next to you, though.
yeah, it's such a small map. Like you kind of have to force that. Which I think is why it's so popular with speedrunning, is because it's super easy to control the spawns.
And it's small.
Yes. Actually,
Which is
speaking of
easy.
glacier spawns, I didn't know that the basement spawn, that they like come out of that room and drop down. I didn't know
Sometimes.
that. Like,
Yeah.
I like very, very recently did I figure that out.
The miracles of Glacier.
I know. What a lovely place. Anything else we want to talk about map wise? Otherwise,
You got ammo boxes. Oh, we should talk about assertives, because I realized it's something we kind of vaguely touched, like how, man, I really want to keep calling Dagger Ghost for some reason.
oh,
I don't know why. On Firebase Dagger, how it's like, oh, you gotta judge through the middle, and you're screwed. But Reactor's got some less than pleasant devices,
yeah.
from out my memory. Glacier can turn, I said, can turn ugly if you don't have a team that can spit out enough damage.
The
Giant
center
can be
hack.
really bad if you get a location in the very middle. It's not fun.
Oh, Giant Center Hack and Reactor Center Hack, oh man.
Yeah, those are bad news bears.
Delivering the pizza is always horrible.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
On Giant,
Well, okay,
it's
PC
not
centric
terrible.
over here. You can sprint with a package. It's
Yeah.
always super
It's
easy.
so stupid.
But we're not PC,
No.
so Shredder.
Skillful use of
Do it
game
with-
mechanics.
You can do it with the Sorry, but yeah.
I think you could do it on console.
Sorry, but
Shouldn't it be easy to do it on console if you have something that can't dodge?
I don't. I haven't
'Cause I know
tried
on
it.
PC it's really easy if you don't have a dodging character because you just mash the use Omni key.
Right.
If
I know
you
it's
have
a
a
Sorry
dodging
because
character-
you can dash. If you dash backwards, you can cheese it like that.
Thought it was sideways. Does it work backwards? too?
Sideways.
I think it's sideways.
Sideways works too. I usually do it when I'm facing back, but yeah. Actually, speaking of the giant center hack, did you guys ever find any success having one person stand over by the ramp up to the labs to block that spawn, and then just having three people in the center? Because
No.
I remember that was something that XCal mentioned in one of his videos, where like the fact that they're only coming at you from two directions instead of three outweighs the fact that it takes a little bit longer. But I guess if you guys haven't ever done that, then I guess
I've never really had success on any map where it's 3 people versus 4. Because usually what my experience, this is part of why I hate Vanguards, it's the one Vanguard trying to do that on outside the hack, and then halfway through the hack the Vanguard dies. I mean, now we're stuck down to 3 people instead of 4.
Yeah.
Now you know why I hate Vanguards.
One of many.
One of many, but that's one that particularly stands out as the consistent hacks where they kept dying outside the hack. Just made a problem worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Anything else?
From an artist's point of view,
Oh yeah, I forgot about
yeah,
that.
I'd like to point out that each one of these maps is very specific in its color theory or theorem.
Are you an artist?
Yes.
Very big artist,
I'm
yeah.
a start student, and I'll make a cover at some point in the near future if you guys want me to.
we love you.
absolutely.
Yeah, for this game, for the map, each one does use its own color theory as well as the rest of the game. Mostly complementary, meaning blue and orange, and that's complementary with an E on complement. Yeah, if you write it complet with an I, then it's wrong.
Those colors are so nice to me. Saying it thanks.
They please my eyes so.
I
Yeah.
know, right? All 6 combinations, but yeah, each map does use these, and
I think
that's what
annoying.
that's
though.
another thing that it's pleasing to the eyes. It makes the game even that much better, and with these maps being on here, it just shows how powerful not only the artists, the lead concept artist, I don't know who the lead one is, but there's like Matt Rhodes who was on it, and that's his favorite color scheme is the blue-orange mashup. And so, of course, the rest of the game does that.
That actually
I gotta
is.
say though, there's a lot of blue and orange, and I'm not really a fan of that. I wish there was a lot more like red
Yeah.
and green or more conscious.
Reactor
more conscious
uses
colors.
red and green.
Yeah, but that's the only one. Well,
Yeah,
other
I
than the
think
other
it's-
ones that
I
like
think
use
it's-
white and blue.
What's another one that does that? I don't even know.
I just don't think they have a lot of green in the game in general.
Yeah, I think that's why
Not
Jade is
really.
pretty.
Jade is more of a monochromatic. To
Well, it's got some green.
a little
yeah,
bit
it's
of
pretty
it
white.
is.
But and that is interesting that you mentioned that, because each map does have its own different sort of, I won't say color palette, but at least visual differences. They're definitely there.
Mm-hmm. It makes each planet that much different.
Yeah,
And
Yes.
it's actually, that's actually a really
Appreciable.
strong thing that people forget about.
It's a lot better than Mass Effect 1's environments.
right?
Yeah, that one.
Mass Effect 1 only had 4 buildings.
Yeah. It's like let's just place
Oh, God.
plane and then you drive all over it in a stupid tank that's slow and.
I'm getting
boring.
side mission flashbacks.
No,
there was
the
like
Mako
only
was
2
the
rooms.
best. I love the
swear.
Mako.
I love the Mako too.
Yeah, but there
Although
were like
some of the
2
maps
rooms in the
are-
whole thing. I swear, it was so bad.
I swear
You know
when
who
it
else
came
liked
to
the
the
Mako?
hills,
James.
I swear
from
when they made the
story.
hills. I don't know why I keep talking. But I swear when they made the hills, it's like, alright, if you press the keyboard, you can make different shaped hills. Let's slam the keyboard 1,000 times and see what we get on the map.
Yeah.
And then you get some stupid maps where it's like, seriously, I have to do a vertical climb?
Yeah. Side
Yeah.
missions are the worst on Mass Effect 1. Like, that was definitely one of its.
Yeah, all the
That-
main mission maps were all pretty tolerable, but the side ones were not great.
So
But-
much driving.
So much same buildings.
So much searching for nothing.
So much collecting for things.
But I had
Yeah.
to do it all.
Yep. And I'd do it again because Mass Effect 1 is
I would.
awesome.
I would do it again.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, I think the general consensus here is actually no. We should save that for another day.
Another time.
Yeah.
We're just talking about maps, and you got so much sidetracked.
Speaking of the end,
Oh, yeah. I think, is there anything else we want to cover?
Challenge.
Yeah, challenge.
Oh, challenge.
Yeah.
Autobot, you're with us too on this, so you know, choose wisely, man.
Okay, so I issued a challenge towards the beginning of this, trying to find someone who's better than me as the Juggernaut. So you guys will all play the Juggernaut on
Oh, God.
Fireblaze Glacier Gold against Reaper.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
Sure.
Because, and, equipment.
Oh, alright.
Kidding me.
Does that
It was-
include gear?
I thought it was gonna be easy until you
You
said
can have gear, but nothing else.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, hopefully I don't get kicked out of any lobbies because I don't not using equipment.
I hardly ever use anything else but gear with that character anyway, so.
Yeah, you don't really need much. Maybe
The
I use the
shield
particle rifle on
booster
him,
or whatever.
so I use the incendiary rounds, but that's it. All right, well that's an okay challenge, I guess.
Yeah,
it'll
assuming-
be slow and tedious, but probably not
Yeah.
difficult. But all right, yeah, sure.
I'm assuming that if you're doing that to us, you're going to be sitting there on the N7 Slayer the whole time.
I
Me?
swear.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going to play with you.
Oh.
All
No,
right.
I can,
come
I can play. Yeah, I'll play with you.
Awesome.
For Shredder, I guess same thing. I don't know what level Juggernaut you have, but
20. It's fine.
yeah, same thing, same map, same difficulty.
Shouldn't be a problem.
But a lot of the times they'll get teammates who. But do you have a team? You have a team who helps you?
No, I generally pug, which is kind of interesting. 'Cause sometimes I get called out. Like, oh, it's Republican Shredder, and I'm kind of completely phone shy. So I'm like, thanks. How do I respond?
Well, maybe explain to them that like you're doing a challenge, and then you know.
Well, sometimes
Yeah,
they
I
do
don't know.
know, sometimes they don't.
Ah.
It's not the challenge thing that's worrying, it's just being called out. It's like, what do I do?
Wait, so people don't listen to our podcast? What?
What?
You're kidding me.
Not called out is probably not the right word. They recognize me, which is weird.
Well, Jordan, didn't you get recognized once? Like after we did episode 1, they were like, "Oh, it's Violated Muffins."
Yeah, that was cool.
I feel I have yet to be recognized, but when that happens, I'm gonna
Well, you got recognized by my friend
over
earlier,
the moon.
kind of.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Kind of.
I was not really that recognized.
Oh, you
That
guys
was
are the
fun.
podcast crew. Oh yeah, we are, bitch.
We're men.
Charming.
That was about an hour ago.
Well, yeah.
Challenge was ridiculous. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't get me started again.
Yeah, no, let's not talk about that. Alright, so with that challenge, I also wanted to bring up something for our viewers. Me and the hosts talked. We decided that a mailbox episode would be a good idea. So, if you have any questions for us that are Mass Effect related or not, can be, for me, just about anything. But yeah, if you want to send those to the extraction zone at gmail.com, if you want to message any of us on Reddit, if you want to tweet them at me, I'm at Gilgamesh_B9. Like, if you have any sort of questions for us, ask us there. And then
On
when
any
we have
social
enough,
media, pretty much.
yeah. Then if you have any questions for us, send them there. And then when we have enough, we will do an episode, probably without a guest, and we will talk about that. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Anything else you guys want to add about that, or just in general?
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
All right.
Ooh.
I like me some blue, specifically a lighter
Like you some
blue.
Primary.
Yeah,
Lighter blue.
yeah, like closer to the sky, but not quite that white. More like a slightly more.
What? So teal?
No, like not quite sky blue. More,
Cyan?
I guess, yeah. Something like that.
I'm more of a
Burgundy?
cobalt metallic blue myself.
Cobalt's a good color, yeah.
It's been an honor, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
Thanks for
on.
joining us, Autobot.
Good
For
to have
the
you.
first time.
Go get
I'll
the Decepticons.
Try to keep help with those stupid Decepticons. If you're a Decepticon out there in the interwebs, you need to die. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But yeah, anyway, it's been an honor. I'll continue to help with challenges if needed, which most likely this week's challenge you will need it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, we're that bad, huh?
Second
First you make fun of my
time.
juggernaut, now it's everything.
Jordan, I live to make fun of your juggernaut and everything else.
Hey, just wait. I'll maybe do good.
Maybe they good.
All right. Well, I think that's been the Extraction Zone podcast, episode 5. Thank you all very much for listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Maybe leave a comment about something. Who knows? Maybe you want to say something in particular. Go ahead.
Size ducks.
Go ahead and do that. Yeah.
And
Yep.
also, if you listen to all our podcasts and you listen to the end of this one, thank you for staying with us this far. Because
Yeah, man. Episode
that is
5.
quite a lot of things.
I didn't
to
think
listen
we'd get
to.
it this far, but we did. So awesome. Thank you all very much for
We
your support.
did it!
Yeah.
We did it, Reddit.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.